Hello, everybody. I am going to give you all a few minutes to jump on before I start sharing my material.
Hello, everybody.
All right, I got feedback when my volume was on, so now that I turned my volume off, if somebody can comment real quick and just let me know if the audio is good, if you can hear me. I see 3 of you jumping on. Thank you so much. Aw, thank you. Okay, Elizabeth, I see you're here. Okay, you can hear me. Awesome. So I'm going to wait for about 3 minutes to make sure that everybody can get on that gets on. And I'm really, really excited to share this. First of all, I love, hello, Paige. Hello, Chelsea. My husband, I don't know if you can hear, he is taking our kids to the pool because it was what we call crazy town just a moment ago. Just not what I wanted your all's first impression to be. But I would love to know where you all are from. So as you are joining, I'd love for you to share where you are, what city you live in. We're gonna get a little geography lesson. I know that for myself right now, I'm in Greenville, South Carolina, and it's very sunny outside. It's 4 p.m., but we scheduled this at 9 p.m. for our UK friends. So Elizabeth, Paige, Chelsea, what city do you all live in? I'd love to hear a little bit of just about what city you all are from, and then what your current job looks like. So if you are currently working, what are you currently doing? Hello, Allison. And so the cool thing about doing this live in Facebook is that, you know, as a health and fitness coach, one of the things that I've learned to try to learn to utilize is social media. It's really, really awesome. But live video is really great because once it's up here, then it's going to save and it's going to be here for you to reference. So if you are going to be watching and then you hear something that's like, wow, that's really great, you want to share it with a friend, you want to share it with your spouse, it's going to live on here, you know, for longer. Studied in Scotland for 3 summers. Well, that's really cool. That's really, really cool. What did you study, Chelsea? Ohio, Cornwall, New York. That's really cool. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and if you all have questions as we go, then go ahead and you can write them in the comments. And at the end, I will try to address them, but we also have some of our team members that we work together with that are on here. Oh, traditional music, that's really cool. We have some team members that might be able to answer questions as we go. So let me go ahead and I'm going to do my best to get my tech stuff ready. Share a screen. Okay. We should be good. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'll be looking on my phone to see if there's any comments at the end. I'm Ash Brockinton, and today I'm representing the Coaching Collective, and that is a community of online health and fitness coaches that came together and said, you know what, running a business isn't always the easiest. We want to do it together, and so we follow the same coaching model, but we do it together as a team. So the Coaching Collective, they asked me today to talk to you about what we do as online health and fitness coaches, the coaching opportunity. And we are bringing this model of coaching to the UK this fall, 2017. Really, really excited. And I'm very excited to share with you all today. So welcome. Now, the first thing I want you to do is I want you to turn off your phone. I want you to hush that phone. And I'm not trying to be your mom or anything like that, but if you are like me, you are attached to your phone and it's going to ping and it's going to buzz and you're going to think, you're going to get ones that are like, this is so funny. This is so exciting. I love this. And then you're going to get that one that's going to make you obsess. Like, oh, I forgot to do this, or what do I tell them, or what do I do this? If you came here today to learn about coaching, then I really want you to learn about it. I don't want you to halfway know about it. I don't want you to, maybe misunderstand something. And I mainly don't want you to miss out on something that's been very life-changing for all of us, for myself and everyone that I'm representing. So go ahead and just turn it off. I promise you, you're going to be fine. You are in the right place if you're a naturally caring individual that likes helping others. It gives you a sense of purpose. You may be a teacher, you may be a nurse, you may be any type of job that helps others, but I find like teachers, nurses, missionaries, coaches, that kind of thing, that they're driven by helping others. You also might be a mother or a father that wants more time with your family while contributing to the family income. Or maybe you're a single that likes the idea of getting a jump start on creating a future lifestyle that would center around your family and friends. We have singles on our team that aren't married yet that are like, you know what? I know what I want in the future as far as the family, and I want to do what I can now when I have a little bit more time to set myself up for that. You're in the right place if you're a creative professional, but you feel like you're being overworked and underpaid. Using your creative skills, I'm telling you, it would give you an edge and niche in the health and fitness market. You're also ready to prioritize your own health and wellness. Now, this is coming from a creative who was from a creative profession. My health and my own wellness was booted to the side in order to pursue the passion and, obsess and be in the moment. Hey, on the flip side, this may be too obvious, but you're in the right place if you are already in the health and fitness world, but you also feel like you're being overworked and underpaid. Using your knowledge and your skills that you already had, that would give you an edge and a niche in the online coaching market. You're also ready to prioritize your own balance and lifestyle, because I know that my friends that are yoga instructors, teach spin, are basically just fitness instructors, that they get worn out. They need their own balance, they need their own lifestyle. And so you can see we've got creative, we've got fitness professional. They seem very opposite, but when it boils down to it, overworked, underpaid. Lastly, you're in the right place if you've already reached what most would call success in your career. And now you want to focus on your family and lifestyle. Working from home and being fulfilled while not having an income cap would be perfect. It's like, seriously, work from home, but not have an income cap. You paid your dues. Now it's time to have it pay off. I want you to stay till the end because I have a very special UK first bonus, a fast action bonus. But this is going to be at the end and I'll explain it all then. This is what we're going to be covering tonight. We are going to be, hey, Sarah Lynn. I'm seeing some of you jump on. I'm like, got my phone over here. Hello, everybody. Hey, Jennifer. Okay, sorry. We're going to be covering the 4 ways to make income and which way is the best for you and your life goal. So I'm really speaking to someone who either feels stuck in their life or their job, either one, just like there's something more. They need to get unstuck. And I'm going to teach you, if you're going to get unstuck, your different options. Next, we're going to be going over, income and lifestyle. I want you to know when I'm speaking about money during this part of it, this first part of it, that I'm coming from a place of somebody who doesn't walk around consumed like thinking about money. What I care about is I care about the people in my life, and I care about making an impact on the world and making it better and becoming a better person. So I believe that lifestyle is greater, trumps income. I want you to spend less time stressing over money and going through life's motions, and more time living the life you were born to live. And then lastly, of course, we're going to be talking about the truth about coaching. What is it? You need to know, is it right for you? And then how do you become successful in it? To set things up, we're going to talk about money first, because these are like secrets, you guys. Secrets that I did not know, and I was raised by a financial planner. My father is an financial investment planner for other people's money. And these are things that I did not know, but once they were explained to me, it became very clear how I needed to shift my time and what I needed to pursue. Here's the first thing. Money is neutral. It's not good and it's not bad. So if you have these thoughts from being like how you grew up, maybe your parents had a ton of money, maybe they had no money, and you think money's bad, it makes people greedy, it consumes people, it makes people a braggart and prideful. Or maybe you think, man, if I just had money, it would solve all of our problems. Well, it's neutral. And here I have kind of two examples. Is money the thing that, just people, self-obsessed people that just shop all the time, bling, bling, bling. It's all about them, all about them. Is it like that? Or is it something that could make a giant impact on the world? So over on the right, I have a picture of Amanda, and she's one of our coaches on our team. And Amanda's daughter, Addie, she has inoperable brain tumors, brain cancer. And when Amanda joined as a coach, not only did she lose 60 pounds, but one of the things that really drove her was she wanted to start a foundation, an Addison Clark Foundation, in the name of her daughter for the other patients in the pediatric oncology unit. And I've got chills right now, and I'm glad the camera's not on because I might cry. I'm gonna have Amanda share her story, okay, in our group. Not today, but I'm gonna have her share it, so it's just her sharing it. But this week, Amanda is taking the paperwork in and filing it to start that nonprofit, and it's because our coaching collective together, we contributed and donated her the money so that she could start this nonprofit. And we did that together as a collective and as a team. So tell me, is money bad or is it good? It's just neutral. It's what you do with it. So I want you to understand that. The next thing is mindset is everything. And that's just like I was saying, money's neutral. Mindset is everything. You, me, we have to, through developing as people, go from a mindset of I can't. For instance, I can't afford it, to how can I afford it? Do you see the maturity in that statement? And yet so many times we just say, I can't. Or how about this? I don't have the time. I don't have the time to start a business. I don't have the time to clean my house. I don't have the time to do this, this, and this. What should the question be? How can I make time? And again, guys, I see some of you have commented. Go ahead, and if you have any questions, or if you're like, yeah, that's me, or I want to know more about this, or whatever, like, go ahead and put it in the comments. Let's talk about this. Here's an example of another coach on our team. And you guys, we have hundreds and hundreds of coaches and team members in our coaching collective. So I'm going to be telling the stories of just a few today, but it's not a representative of everybody that's on our team. I'm going to be having throughout the weeks more tell their stories. But here's an example of how can I make time. Kelly, when she first started coaching, she was like, okay, I want to do this. I want to help people. I think I'd be good at this. And then her husband and her get offered a job at a summer camp up in the mountains. Obviously, there were pigs because they're right here in the picture. But she should have honestly said, I can't do this. She didn't have Wi-Fi. They didn't have an oven. She has 2 children. She was working at the summer camp. But did Kelly say, I can't? I don't have time? She said, how can I make time? And so she started her business and she took off. using her phone, just like the whatever the not Wi-Fi is, cellular data, I guess, starting it on her phone. And then she would drive to a coffee shop. I think it was, she told me it was like 30 minutes away, to a coffee shop with her laptop to get like a couple hours in, 1 or 2 times a week. And she's now one of the top earning coaches on our team because she made that commitment. She thought like that. And then over time, it's added up. This is Richard Kiyosaki, and he is the one that introduced me to these different, he calls them like cash flow quadrants. So it's what I introduced you to, or I'm going to introduce you to, the different ways to make money. But this is one more thing. So I said there's a couple things you need to understand about money. So here's number 2, is rich people acquire assets. The poor and middle class acquire liabilities that they think are assets. And when I heard this, I was like, what? So here, let's just break it down. What is a liability? A liability is something that takes your money. Newsflash, guys. The house you are living in, if you own a house, if you live in an apartment, you're like, for sure that's a liability. If you live in a house, it's a liability. It takes your money, right? An asset is something that gives you money, that makes you money. So if your house is not giving you money, like every month you're not making money off of the house you're living in, it's not an asset, it's a liability. Now, if you own other homes, income properties, that's an asset. How do we obtain financial freedom? This is the bing, bing, bing. I don't know about you, but what I want more than anything is just to not have stress when I walk into the grocery store and buy all organic food for my family of 7, to not question whether this is the right time or not to buy winter clothes or new shoes for the kids, to say, you know what, let's go on a weekend trip. Let's do it. Let's create memories. When the stress is taken away, to freely give, okay, very open-handedly. When that stress is taken away, that's financial freedom. And that happens when your assets are greater than your losses. 2 more terms I want you to understand. Passive income. This is income derived from business investments in which the individuals is not actively involved. So basically this means inactive or submissive. So passive income could be viewed as money that you make that doesn't require an effort from you. Sign me up for that, right? Sign me up for that. Money that doesn't require an effort from you. Okay. Where am I going with this? Last one, residual income. These are reoccurring payments that you receive long after the initial sale is made, usually in specific amounts and at regular intervals. Okay, so there's a first acquisition, a first sale, a first exchange. And usually, like if I'm going to go buy a sweater at the mall, like the store that I buy from, they're not going to continue to create income from me. Something like this would be an author or a musician that writes a book. They write it once, they record the music once, but then they get the royalties, right? That's residual income. They do it once, they continue to get the royalties. This could also be like those subscription boxes. I know I'm guessing you all have them in the UK, where we have them for like athletic wear or beauty products, where you sign up once and then they keep sending it to you. You don't have to do anything more. It just keeps coming. They keep, charging you. The business keeps making money. That's residual income. They're not having to work to continually get your patronage. Now, here we go. These are the 4 ways to create income. These little circles with these letters, it stands for employee, self-employed, business owner, or body odor, but we're not talking about post-workout body odor right now, or investor. Let's look at the employee. So when you are an employee, let's say you want a job in management or with a company. You're probably going to have to go back to school. You're going to have to go to school to train for it. Or you could apprentice, like find somebody that's going to teach you this trade. Or you can start from the bottom, like go in at a level, I always see in the movies, like you start at the mailroom, you start with getting coffee and you slowly work yourself to the top. the great thing about this is it's kind of low stress because you're not the big guy. Like, you're not the boss. If everything falls apart, it's not really on you. It's like, okay, I'll go find another place to become an employee, right? Now, if you go to school, you could incur a lot of debt. You also can get future promotions. If the person above you notices you, likes your personality, they could say, hey, moving on up. Who knows how long that will take? You might like that you have kind of a fixed schedule. Like, I show up, I work 9 to 5. This is great. Some of the negatives are sacrifice. You know, my husband is a nurse, and thank goodness, because of coaching, he only works 1 day a week now. But when he was working full time, even though it was 3 days, he had to work every other weekend. So anything that was happening on the weekend, he was missing every other weekend. He had to work holidays. So Christmas, Thanksgiving, we could never travel because, well, you all don't have Thanksgiving, I don't think. I don't know what holidays you have that we don't, but maybe I should be jealous. But he would have to work on those days as an employee. It can be a really long journey from I want to do this to this is happening. And you can't a lot of times control the pace. Almost never can you control the pace. And there's very little room to change your mind. My brother-in-law, so my husband, Sam, he went back to school for nursing, and he wanted to become a nurse anesthetist because he liked the idea of, okay, I spend all this time, spend all this money, but it's kind of set in stone. And my brother-in-law, Jonathan, he's a nurse anesthetist. So he's gone to about 6 years of schooling, and I think he has 7 years under his belt. One of the negatives is, what happens if Jonathan gets injured or he decides he doesn't want to do this anymore? It's going to be pretty hard. He's going to have to go back to the beginning to change his mind. Here is an example of the employee workspace. This is Lindsay. Lindsay and I have been working. We kind of started the Coach Collective. We've been doing it the longest. So when I met Lindsay, she was a full-time hairdresser. And she's really, really good. Really good. We did a photo shoot once, and Lindsay did my hair, and I was like, can you please just live in my house and do my hair every morning? She's amazing. So it's not like she just was kind of that corner beauty salon. She worked with high-end clients. Her salon owner and his wife, like super, super successful, and she did great. But after 7 years as working at the salon and becoming one of the head stylists, she wanted to progress. She wanted to go into management, and she would approach them like, hey, I think I would be really great at this. I would like to be considered for management. And for whatever reasons, political reasons, you know, like somebody else said something first, it just wasn't happening. She wasn't. So she was stuck. After 7 years, she'd paid her dues. You know, she's working as many hours as she can, so her income is stuck. And so that's when, you know, Lindsay and I kind of collided, and she decided she wanted to try this coaching thing out. She had just had a baby, so she's working full-time as a hairstylist. She had just had her first child, Aoife, and she was having a little bit of trouble losing the weight. She was suffering with postpartum depression, and she was stuck, and she didn't know what to do. Okay. She needed a jump start. Well, I would say she has done that, because over on the left, you can see she won $500 just for her transformation with her health and fitness, which is pretty cool. She kicked the postpartum depression to the curb, which is even cooler. And then in 2 years, maybe it was a little, Lindsay, if you're on, you can correct me. It was between I think it was 2 years and 2 years, 4 months, I think. She was able to quit her job as a hairstylist. So she went part-time slowly, dropped back hours, and then she was able to completely quit her job. And now she has another baby, 2 daughters, and she's home with both of them. She's a coach full-time. There was no miracle of money that came from anywhere else. She just was able to replace her income and to live this flexible life that she's never looked back. She's never regretted. And it's been amazing. It's just been amazing to see these types of stories happen and this type of life change. And so I'm not saying it's bad to be an employee. It's not. But I have seen the freedom and experienced it too, and not being an employee. The next is self-employed. This one I know very, very well. So somebody that's self-employed, they may provide a service or a good. You could be a photographer. That's what I was. You could, work with Etsy or sell a craft, or maybe paint furniture, an artist, whatever it is, you're creating some type of service, or you could be a party planner. There's so many different things. If you guys have, other things that are coming to mind that would be within the self-employed, go ahead and put that in the comments just to kind of jog everybody else's memory. But you do need a lot of overhead. So when we started our photography business, it was about $20,000 just to start it. And we started multiple businesses, but you do need overhead to get things started. The positives are there's no 9 to 5. Like, you don't have to clock in and clock out. The negative is there's no 9 to 5. Like, it's all the time. And you don't have a boss, but your clients are your bosses. And so if they say, like, I don't like that, fix it, guess what? You have to fix it. If they say, hey, I need this right before Christmas, then guess who doesn't get to have a fun Christmas because all their clients need something now? You. Another positive, you have creative control. Maybe, unless your client is telling you exactly what to do, you can set your own prices. Except your prices are kind of like capped by what the market is, saying. Here's another one. You get all the glory, right? If your business is amazing and it's just doing so well, everybody's going to point to you and say, like, you are awesome. You are the best. The negative, you get all the brunt. You get all the negative too. It definitely led to major burnout. For me, like major burnout. I couldn't carry it. After 10 years, it just was too much. But I will say the best thing about being self-employed is it makes you extremely well-rounded. You are all things to all people, and you really grow. So here's a little example of when I say I was self-employed, like, girlfriends, I'm not going to call you my boyfriend if you're on here, but boys and girlfriends, I definitely know the self-employed gig well. So this is my family on here. This picture's a little bit old. We have 5 kiddos. You can see the littlest ones. They are now 3 and 4 years old and super crazy. But there they are. This is my family. And so as my family grew more and more, we kind of kept adding to our plate when it came, kept adding to our plate when it came to businesses. So we first started with a photography, wedding photography. And then we had a portrait brand. And then we had 2 because you can't be the best at wedding photography and the best at, portrait photography. I didn't want to be the wedding photographer that also shot portraits, or the portrait photographer that did some weddings. I wanted to be the best at them both. And so branding 101, create a niche and go for it. So I did that, and it worked. But the thing about it is I was gone every Saturday, like 15 hours gone from my kids. And that became harder and harder to do as my family grew and grew and grew. With the portraits, I was gone a ton of nights, weekday nights. I was meeting with clients to try to book a new prospect. I was doing sales meetings. We also have on here, we started a photo booth company. We co-created an app, a beauty app. My husband went back to school for nursing when we started seeing everybody become photographers. We're like, okay, everybody and their mom are now becoming photographers. We need to have a backup plan. So he went back to school to become a nurse. And then we also homeschool our kids. And, I started to get a little bit smarter and realize I do not want to do a job where it requires me to leave the house every time I work. So photography, although it sounded really cool when I didn't have any kids, once I did have a family, I got sick of leaving the house. And so that's when I created, I had our photo booth business, Bash Booth. It was featured on photo booth business wasn't featured. The Beauty Mark app, created that, at home with my partner. It was featured on a major TV show called The Today Show. It's like a news and life type of show. It's really, really big. It's featured on that. That made us #1 in the lifestyle apps on iTunes. We are featured in a bunch of magazines. Our photography was featured on another really big TV show called The Dr. Phil Show. But I wised up with my photo booth business, and I realized this is something where I could own it, and then I could have people manage it and sell franchises. And so photo booths, you can see that bash booths. That is when my mind went boom. And I didn't know about these different quadrants, or that I was self-employed and the business owner, but I started to think bigger and think, how can I not be the one in charge of it all? Or how can I not be the one that's always creating the good, always leaving to shoot the photography? So a business owner, that's the next quadrant, is somebody who creates the business, but then has other people carry out the goods or carry out the services. And you can do this just by hiring teams to do this. You can also franchise your business. So you come up with a business brand, you come up with a system, and then you duplicate it by passing it on, and people then carry it out. Let me just tell you, it's a big job. And honestly, the franchise fees don't pay a lot unless you had like a Starbucks or something really, really large. But you know what? I had my friend from the UK, Sarah, I think she's on here. She told me, like 2 of the different places in the UK that you all kind of go to. She said, oh, Costa, that's like your coffee place? You can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know, like, is Starbucks big there? Starbucks is really big here. That's a really big place like to franchise, but you kind of get the idea. And then multi-level marketing, that's when basically you simplify the whole matter, where you're a business owner, but you have a ton of franchises, but because you are part of a greater system, you're not having to create the business system that then gets franchised on. Okay, before we move on, I'm going to introduce you to Vendorless. This was my big, like, business, me being the business owner. I was like, I'm going all in. I get it. You know, I put all the investment in, I create the business, I hire people to run it. This is the best. So I raised $40,000, which in pounds, I don't know how much that is, but maybe like, is 40,000 pounds a lot? Anyway, we had investors. I spent 2 years of my life working on this. And then after 2 years, the people that were creating this company, it was a wedding type company, because I had been in the wedding world and I really understood it. They dissolved their business. They sold all of their assets, but none of their projects. I was a loss, right? To this other business, this other owner. And then they filed personal bankruptcy. So they just left me with nothing. I had a 19-page contract and it meant nothing because they filed bankruptcy. And we finally just paid off all of our investors. And that was really, really hard. So there are negatives to being the top dog, like being the business owner. And once that happened, I was so burnt out. I just was ready for a fresh start. I was ready to reconnect with my family. I was ready. I just was over it all. I was so jaded. I was very hurt by everything. I felt very stuck. Felt like no matter how hard I worked, how much good I did, that it was never going to pay off. I felt like Moses in the desert. So we decided to pick up our family and move from Florida, that's in the US, to a state called South Carolina in the US, probably about 10, 12-hour drive. And this is me right after we moved. We were renting a small, not so awesome apartment with my 5 children and my dog. And I noticed my friend's post, my friend Shay. Now, Shay had actually been the one who would babysit my kids when I was away shooting weddings. And she was posting these before and afters. She had been doing this whole workout, fitness, nutrition thing. And I was like, that's really cool. And I had reached out a couple times and said, Shay, that's really cool. I'm really proud of you. I would love to do what you're doing. I'm just not sure if now's the time. But I needed control over my life. So after about 3 to 4 months of noticing what she was doing, telling her, good job, I'm proud of you, I said, Shay, I want in. I needed control of my life. My marriage wasn't in the greatest place. We were very stressed out. I just wanted to buy a house, honestly, and move forward. And so here's some of the posts that I saw from Shay. So, okay, you can kind of see she's got this kind of before and after. She showed me her results. She's got this one. These are the ones that I remember. So looking back, these are the ones I remember. I scrolled back on Facebook to find them. She had these ones about her face. I was like, wow, I really do see a difference in her face from her health. And I saw my face and her face. Like, wow, that would be really nice to not, I always felt a little like I retained water, or like just kind of puffy in my face. I thought that would be really nice if I could see that difference. And so you can see, here's a post or a private message I found that I had sent her. And she just kind of followed up with me, and she's like, hey, just want to follow up, see if you're still interested in one of my challenge groups. And I said, yeah, I am, but I don't want to spend any money. I can't do that Shakeology nutrition thing you're doing because I can't eat gluten and dairy, and I don't want to spend the money on the DVDs and not do it. I said, if it's $100 or less, I'll do it. But if not, no, I'm not going to do that. She's like, I understand, but just so you know, the nutrition, it is gluten and dairy free. And I just like, I don't know. But then she made this post like a couple months later. And then all she said was, I'm feeling blessed today. It's my paycheck day. I'm really grateful for this opportunity. And I thought, oh, so this whole thing she's doing to get in shape, this is actually a business. And now, even though I had sworn off business, I was intrigued. I assumed that she was doing this as a hobby, and then maybe she got paid in like workout clothes or something. I'm like, I don't want stuff like that. But I was motivated by the money. So it was like midnight. It was July 31st. And I signed up on a whim without asking my husband, Sam, because I was a little bit in a codependent cycle where it's like I blamed him for when things were not good, or I was frustrated by money. So I didn't want to hear a no from him. I just needed to move forward. Don't be an Ashley, okay? That was not good, nice wife of me. We share our money, but I was like, I just need to move forward. Of course, he was very supportive. Very supportive. He always is. I wanted the accountability that would come from being a coach and setting a public goal. So I went from like, I just want to get in shape. Like maybe I'll do this thing she's doing to get in shape too. I want to do that business with you. I just want to do it, not committing to anything big. But I like the idea that if it was a business, that if I put it out there, my goal of getting fit, that it would hold me to higher accountability and I would follow through this time. I wouldn't just get in shape and then quit after 8 weeks like I had with other workout programs as an adult. So I made a goal to make $75 a month because I wanted to hire a house cleaner once a month. Like for me, 5 kids, I was like, any help I can get. So to me, it all made sense. It was like all just really, really tight. I work out, I get fit, I ask others if they want to do the same thing. We do it together. It's super fun. We all get healthy. I get $75. I give it to the house cleaner. My house is clean. Ergo, I get fit. My house is clean. Done. So here is my before. This is my first picture. Now, when they told me to take a before picture, I was like, sure, whatever. Little did I know that this body really could get muscles. I really could get abs. Growing up, I was told I was big boned. Now, on the left, that's me at my lowest weight ever. So I wasn't overweight by any means of the imagination. I was thinny. I was like skinny, but it was all fat. But I wasn't strong. And I had never seen abs in my muscles. I had never seen any really shape in my muscles, even though I was a high school athlete and I was a dancer. My body just kind of got puffy and like big bulky muscles. So I was like, whoa, this works. This is amazing. I want to tell everybody. So at that point, I was so in love with everything. I was so in love with the change I had seen in my body. I was so like excited about this business that the unexpected happened. I fell in love with the business side. Like a lot. Like Twilight Lovers Obsessed. If you've seen those movies, you know they're little intense. That's how I was. I broke my promise to never start a new business venture again. This time though, no rat race. I can't do it all on my own. So I decided to go from, hey, I'm going to do this for fun, to, I want to do this as a business. I want to see what I can do. So I looked behind the curtain. And when I just said that, guys, I got a little bit of a take my breath away. Because I literally got a flashback of laying in bed and starting to dig into this business and learn about what it really was. And I remember that feeling of thinking, this is so like nothing I've ever seen. I'm going to be good at this. I can do this. This works with me, with my mess, with my schedule, with all my big family. I can do this. And it still takes my breath away because I still feel that way. I still feel like there is so much hope and opportunity going forward. So I'm going to introduce you to Team Beachbody because that's what this business opportunity is. And when I was introduced to it, I had no idea. I had never heard of it. So maybe you have, maybe you haven't. Go ahead and let us know in the comments. Have you ever heard of Team Beachbody? I surely hadn't. All I knew is I wanted what my friend and then Coach Shay had. So here's a little introduction to this company. And so this is, I'm going to start talking to you and teaching you about the coaching model that we use in our coaching collective. We all were, independently doing different things. And we saw together that this model made the most sense because it's very non-competitive. It's very team-centered. So in 1998, Team Beachbody, or Beachbody as it is, was formed by Carl Deichler and John Congdon. They were really good at infomercials. So they had done different products on infomercials on the TV. And they decided, why not try some fitness programs? And so they did. Power 90, that was their first one. And then these like thin thighs, great abs. So this is, a while back. They seem really old school. So then we have different ones. I don't know. Have you all heard of P90X? Have you heard of P90X? I would love to know if you have. Over here in the US, I had heard about it for years and years and years. Seen it on infomercials. I had seen people get shredded, ripped, totally in shape. But it was always me thinking, yeah, right. There's no way I can do that. So they continued to come out with different fitness programs. And in 2007, what they realized is wow, P90X, these Turbo Jam, these other programs, people are getting such crazy results from them when they follow through, when they go from point A to purchasing to point B of completing. The results are insane. People need to get more results. People don't need to buy a DVD and have it sit there. So they thought, well, how can we do that? How can we get more results? Like, we can't go into their homes, and say, like, do your workout, keep going, you can do it. So that's when Team Beachbody, this coaching concept, was launched. And it's brilliant, honestly, brilliant. Because whether you are already in the health and fitness industry, or you are another type of business owner or work another job, you're probably in some way affiliated with some type of product, right? Something. If you're a teacher, then you may not think of yourself like being affiliated with a product, but you've got a curriculum, right? That curriculum does nothing unless it's assimilated and it's practiced, right? Nothing. What's your job as a teacher? It isn't to give people a book, to sell them a curriculum, to take attendance. It's to help them get the most out of it. And so this is what has happened since Team Beachbody. We have all these different programs, and I don't need to name them all because they're probably going to mean nothing to you. But some of the key ones to notice are Shakeology in 2009. And this is basically when they said, we need a nutrition supplement that is on par with the results that our fitness is getting. And so they hired some nutritionists and superfood specialists to create the most complete nutrition they possibly could. Extremely clean, like I mentioned, gluten-free. I use the vegan, so dairy-free. And so that was the inception of Shakeology. And then all these different amazing programs, the Ultimate Reset, 21-Day Fix, T25 is the one that I started with. And then let's look at where we are now. So this is just in the past 2 years. Since then, we have more different programs. We have a whole performance line. So this is for more serious athletes, pre-workout, post-workout, recovery. They're like super clean. Like you're going to look at the labels and think there's nothing like this on the market, both for our superfood shake and for the performance line. Beachbody On Demand, which streams over 40 different programs in their entirety. They hired the man who created, programmed Hulu. If you're familiar with Hulu, I think that's in the UK too. It's kind of like Netflix, but for TV shows. They hired him to program and create Beachbody On Demand, which is like Netflix for fitness, nutrition, clean eating. Shift Shop, this is what is launched, just came out in this past month. Really, really amazing. And then I've got some other things that are coming up. Like we just launched a kids smoothie called Daily Sunshine that's certified organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free. And we've got a new kids program that's coming out, and also a whole athletic wear. And then right here, we've got the British flag, and that signifies the UK launch, which is going to be happening in October. There's several components of what we offer as coaches. So we as coaches, we are people. We're affiliated with Team Beachbody. We freelance for them. They don't own us. They don't tell us what to do. We create our own brands. And so that looks very different for different people. We have coaches who their main brand is fitness, others where it's nutrition, others that it's kids, others that it's about creating balance. There's just so many things. Basically, whatever business you would like to create or a coaching type of brand, you do that. We empower you to do that. And then we show you how you can use the tools provided through Team Beachbody to create a business and an income, because your idea has to be profitable. And so this is a system and a model that shows you how to be profitable. So here are our team of fitness trainers. Beachbody has the at-home fitness workouts down to a science. Each program is highly efficient and results-driven. Programs are developed by trainers with real experience in getting people results. So these people you see, they're not just like pretty people, celebrities that they get to come in and jump around and do the workouts they say. They were already extremely successful trainers doing their own thing, and Beachbody recruited them and said, what you're doing is special. It's getting results. It's different. It's innovative. People are going to love it. We're going to get behind you. And so you don't have to be an expert in fitness. You do not have to be a fitness professional. You do not even have to be in good shape. You are you, and you are you for a reason. You are you where you are at now, and it's going to inspire you to grow. And as you grow, other people are going to watch you, and it's going to inspire them to grow. So whether you are super fit or like a health and fitness professional, or you are like, I just had a baby, I gained 50 pounds, I haven't worked out in 10 years. I mean, that's where I was. I hadn't worked out consistently in 10 years. You don't have to, because they have the fitness down to a science, and they pass it all on right to your clients. There's everything you could ever want. There's cardio programs, and this is the full program. This isn't like one workout. It's got a calendar. It tells you exactly what to do, which workouts. It's multiple workouts. Some are 7 workouts where you do one Monday, one Tuesday, one Thursday. Some, it's got like 15 workouts, and it all mixes it up. These are tested on thousands of people. I was just part of a test group for a new program. There's weights programs. There's mixed martial arts, agility, body weight, yoga, Pilates, HIIT, maternity, forgot the Y, kids programs, partner workouts, interval, dance. And if you are, I will say that I just got certified to teach a live class in Port de Force, one of the programs. So if you are into that, like if you don't actually want to only run your business online, you can take it out locally in the community. You can either get certified like I did to teach a class, and you can teach it at a gym and make money for it. I'm going to just teach it in the community for free to build a community. You can also do what we call fit clubs, where you take the fitness programs, you stream them on demand, and you take them into the community, and you just you do it together. Basically, you're just working out together. This is Helen. She's another coach on our team. She's a yoga instructor and a spin instructor. And Helen, she's also pregnant right now. And so Helen was a good friend of mine from college, like a soul sister. And I approached her about coaching several times. She's like, no, that's okay. No, that's okay. And then Helen started to get whiff of, wow, how is it that Ash and the other coaches in her coaching collective that, she's working with, how is it that they're helping all these people? Like, she's like, I'm tangibly with these people in my classes every day, but how is it that she's helping all these people, get results and follow through with the nutrition? And then she saw, whoa, how is it that she's, making all this money? And it started to intrigue her. And so Helen decided to become a coach on our team. And she has had so much fire. I'm going to go back to Helen. She's had so much fire in her belly because she recognizes her heart has always been to help people. She's always been driven to help people. And so she recognizes that. So that's what she leads with. And because of that, her income has grown and grown. And so she's like, it's not like overnight, she's worked consistently for 2 years, but she looks and she's thinking, she's like, I know how much instructors make. And she works at a really nice fitness facility. She's like, I know how much instructors make. She's like, they would be blown away that I make the same amount and more with my online coaching business as they do slaving away teaching all these classes. She tells me, she's like, this is the perfect complement to double your income if you love teaching classes, or if you ever feel like you need to transition out of it, but you love, the health and fitness. She's like, this would be perfect for that too. The next prong of what we offer with Team Beachbody and as coaches is we have fitness, is nutrition and performance line nutrition. So we've got a couple of the creators, Darren O'Lean, Dr. Alamdari, and Isabel Deichler. So they are the creators of our kind of signature health and nutrition products. One of the things that we offer is Portion Fix. And I've been told that you might understand this concept a little bit from Slimming World. Now, I've looked into Slimming World a little bit, and it seems very unhealthy to me. I'm going to be honest. Like, I see people eating candy bars and junk food. So please don't get this confused. Portion Fix is 100% clean eating, no junk food, no processed food, cutting out the sugars, very, very, very clean. So that part of the concept is very different. But from what I understood, you might, with Slimming World, have something that about portioning. I'm not sure. I haven't totally looked into it, but if that helps you, you can see the little color-coded containers at the bottom. Portion Fix uses color-coded containers, like purple stands for fruit, green for veggies, red for protein, then there's fats and carbs, and it teaches people, based on their current weight, how much of each type of clean food they would get for a day to reach their goals. So it just simplifies, it's macros. It's based on macros, if you know anything about that, but it takes all of that out, calorie counting out, and focuses on nutrition. And this has revolutionized clean eating and weight loss by making the macro tracking system widely used by personal trainers and physique competitors into a simplified container method that anyone can follow. Shakeology. This is what I was talking about. This is a superfood nutrient shake that can be used as a meal replacement as well as replace your multivitamin and probiotics. So it has, and this is, I know this can sound like, oh yeah, I see those on the shelves at the health food store. That's what I thought, at least. Okay. I told Shay, I was like, no, I have all these food allergies. Besides, I've tried protein shakes. Don't really get it. I make this green smoothie at home every day. No thanks. But then I thought, you know what? Okay, obviously she's doing something that's working. I'm going to try it. So I said, let me see the ingredients. I looked at them and I thought, whoa, I had no idea. This is like so insanely clean. There's nothing I can find wrong with it. It's gluten-free, soy-free, no processed sugars, no artificial food coloring or fillers. There's a whey formula and a vegan. So I looked at the vegan, dairy-free, okay? There were things in there that I didn't even know that were health foods that I should be having. And I thought I was like a health food snob. I was super, super health snob. Adaptogens. I had no idea what those were, those healing herbs and roots. Prebiotics. I didn't know what prebiotics. I didn't know that you needed prebiotics to feed the probiotics. Oops. I mean, I knew of the superfoods like acai and spirulina and chlorella. I knew those different ones, but I didn't know the adaptogens like maitake, reishi, chaga, ashwagandha, schisandra, maitake. Like, I didn't know all those things. So all of a sudden I went from being the super snob of health to, all right, I think I'm actually entering the cutting edge of health. And that's what Shakeology is. And you're going to hear more testimonies in the future of how it's changed so many people's lives in just so many ways. So although Shakeology is raw foods and herbs, it has been clinically proven to aid in weight loss, lower cholesterol levels, and stabilize blood sugars. And I believe in the UK, as coaches, you will not be able to say anything about weight loss, even though in clinical studies, it has been proven to do that, not because it has any type of stimulants or anything like that, but just because of the way it helps people's bodies function better and digest better. I don't think you're allowed to say that in the UK. There's just different types of laws, but that's okay. I don't lead with that anyway. I really believe, I see it as healing. And if you heal your body and you heal your mind and you heal your sinus infections and allergies and you heal your gut, you're going to heal your metabolism. And so why is Shakeology necessary? Well, food's not the same as it used to be, which means our diets need help. Our choices are synthetic vitamins, which aren't as effective as food. There's a magic to plants, okay? So you can say like, oh, let me isolate the vitamin A or the vitamin D and this or that, but it's not the same as it being contained in the whole food. There's a magic and a synergy of how a whole plant and a whole food works. And so Shakeology harnesses that. They don't replace a meal. If you do it like a synthetic vitamin, you're not going to be replacing, there's no option to help replace a meal, or you're not going to be able to eat 7 salads a day, which is the amount of nutrients within Shakeology is like eating 7 salads a day. So we can't just tell people, hey, food isn't what it used to be. I want you to go eat 7 more salads of superfoods every day, and then you'll be up to par and your health will be like what it should. That's just not practical. So if you think about this, if you were to eat 7 salads, what's going to be more cost efficient? To drink a glass of Shakeology, your healthiest meal of the day, or to go into like be cramming superfoods and spinach in your mouth. So this real quick is Nicole. I want to just kind of show you and introduce you to her. She is a working single mom. She weighed 176. You guys don't use pounds. You use pounds as money. You don't use pounds as weight. I'm going to have to change that. All right. Anyway, she lost a lot of weight. She lost almost 50 pounds after using the nutrition products that we offer. And that's pretty amazing. She felt so good. She's a law enforcement officer, that she became a coach and started sharing her journey. The portion fix for her, that part of it was like huge because she had to go to work and she didn't have to think about it. She just could bulk prep a lot of food, portion it out, and get her results. And so that's really helpful for all of those of you and those that you're going to be helping that work. And so here's a question. How many of you are eating at least 1 salad or bowl of raw greens a day? And this is a literal question, not theory. And what I mean is, I could say, oh yeah, 1 salad a day? Absolutely. But then I can look at my day today so far, and I can look at my day yesterday so far, and I can say, did I eat 1 large bowl of raw greens? And the answer is no. No, not raw. I mean, not that potent. And so if we aren't, as people who deeply care every day, if we don't have it, if it wavers, then for sure, all of those people out there that are really struggling to even know what healthy is, they definitely need help. And here's just two more parts of the nutrition line and what we're able to offer as coaches. One is the performance line. It's extremely clean, as in no food coloring or fillers, just the amino acids. Really, really good. There's a pre-workout and a recovery formula that is going to be available to you right away. And then this is Daily Sunshine. It's a kid's smoothie that's a little bit more simple in its formula than Shakeology. I'm not sure when it will be available to the UK, but I want you to know that it will be launched to the UK at some point. And it's just one more people group that you can help. We've got everybody through Shakeology, the performance line for athletes, and now children and families that would want that organic certification with gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free, non-GMO, all the certifications in a more simple formula. So once again, just from a business standpoint, there's a lot for you to offer people that you're trying to help. And if you're thinking, no, I just want to help people as a coach, well, that's fine. You can go and you can charge people whatever you want to coach them. All right. But they're going to need tools. And so you might as well offer them the best tools that have ever been created. And that's what I found through these Beachbody tools. How many of you are already linked to the health and fitness industry, own a gym, or personal trainers? As a photographer, my job was not to photograph people. It was to find people that needed a photographer, to basically communicate with them, pitch that I was going to be the best for them, to sell my services, and then after that, to try to upsell. Because in reality, even no matter how much I love the art of photography, I was in a business and I couldn't work for free, and you can't work for free either. One of the ways that we created more income was by upselling. So that would be having them purchase an album of their wedding photography or frames or different prints. And so the performance line, if you can think of it like that, is a really great add-on to those of you that are already in the health and fitness industry, because your people are already using something. And I can guarantee you that it's not as clean and probably not as effective as what the Beachbody performance line offers. So somebody else is getting that money from their purchases, and why not you? And then again, Daily Sunshine. Are you a parent planning to be? This could be a home run product for you. Here's the next thing you get from being a coach: peer support. This is a couple of the team members. This is just a very, very few. Honestly, not at all. We happen to all be together. Not all of us, but those of us that are in this picture. But we never would have imagined the peer support that we would get by working as a collective. And so what we do as a coaching collective is teach you how to create your own brand, your own team, and we do it together. And how we do this and how you do this as a coach is different ways. This is your business, so you do it in a different way. Maybe you have the next great idea. But some of the ways that we do this already is through private online accountability groups that we run through a private app. We get access to that for free as coaches. Once you become a coach through Team Beachbody, you affiliate with them, use their model. You get access to this that you can give to your clients. We also sometimes run them on Facebook. Some of us do local community events, and we get out in the community. Some of us run weekly online Zoom calls, which this is basically a Zoom meeting where everybody gets on and we do a video chat and we keep each other accountable. So really, peer support and accountability and support can look a lot of different ways: emails, text messages, Facebook messages, Instagram messages, whatever it is. That's an integral part of coaching, nutrition, fitness, and support. This is Kelly. She is a coach on our team, but she started out just as a client of one of the coaches. And she was in one of these accountability groups, one of these challenge groups. And these are just some of her very old posts where she's like, all right, here I am. Okay, I'm not that dedicated. I'm not feeling that good. All right, today I'll try to drink my Shakeology because I know it's good for me. Okay, today I didn't work out. She's like, not really committed, but she had that peer support and that community. And I have chills again. Like she got on fire. She finally let it all click. She saw results. She decided to pay it forward. She began developing relationships with other women all over the country. So she became a coach. And so now she does her best to create a fun environment that holds men and women accountable and helps them reach their goals. It's this pay it forward method. So what does a coach actually do? We share our lives, and we share how people can change their lives and achieve their goals, and we invite them to join them. We invite them to join us. And we do this just by being ourselves. We just lead from the front. So whether it's in your challenge group or on your social media, in your local meetups, in the grocery store, or at the play group for your kids, you just be you. But don't be weird. You don't become some like sales robot. No. Remember, this is about life change. We just have the tools that help people get there, because you can't just tell people, eat healthy, watch your portions, eat clean, work out, and be friends with people. That doesn't work, okay? We've heard that a million times. They need the tools. They need the step-by-step. And so Team Beachbody has done that for us. We don't have to spend millions and billions of dollars testing, developing. They do it for us. Let me tell you, as a self-employed person from the past and a business owner, it will drain all your time, all your emotions, all your finances to develop. And so we get to benefit from what they've developed. So don't be weird. Just be you, the best version. Unless you are weird. And then keep being just a little bit weird, because that's going to endear people to you. So you're staying with what your heart is, you're developing a greater vision, and you're committing to help people. This is Beth. Beth is one of the first coaches in the coaching collective, and she's doing amazing right now. She used to be very private about posting on social media. She had suffered from multiple miscarriages. I believe it was 8. She had been a foster mom to adopt, and after 18 months of really raising this little boy as her son, they lost him. They gave him to another family. All of this loss led to her developing postpartum OCD, and she couldn't share. She's like, I can't share this on social media. I'm a mess. I'm paralyzed. I'm in fear. I can't get out of bed. One of the reasons she became a coach wasn't because she was on the top of her game. She was suffering. It's because she wanted to come out from the dark, and she wanted to start sharing her life so she could encourage others and she could give them hope. She wanted to get healthy with nutrition and fitness and the support. And since then, so many women have told her how they appreciated all of her posts. She's been able to connect and reach with so many people. It's become her ministry. So being a coach for her is more than a job. It's her passion and it's her ministry. But let me just tell you, she's killing it as a coach and in her job. She is amazing and doing a great, great job. So this is Beth today. Next thing you do as a coach is you commit to being proof the products work. So when we talk about the products, we have these fitness programs, we have these nutrition programs. Well, that's how we pass them on, right? If we don't want to be some sales robot, then we just be proof they work on ourselves. And then as clients come in and they use them, then we show that they're working with them. We get testimonies. But we lead first. We do it first. And honestly, this is the part of being a coach where if you're not already in the health and fitness industry, like for me, this was the big thing. It was holding myself accountable. I knew if being healthy, eating right, and working out every day was tied to my job and my income, that I wouldn't want to be a hypocrite and I would want to be real. And so I love this part of it. And so these are a couple of coaches on our team and their kind of progress throughout being a coach, so that you can see the type of personal life change. So it is about our clients and those that we help, but we have to put the oxygen mask on ourselves too. Okay, next, we improve and develop ourselves. This sounds kind of silly, but we do this through a lot of reading, personal development, education. This is Jennifer. So Jennifer, she has her master's degrees. She's a coach on our team, and she had her master's degree. And because she was like in a really, really great job over a lot of people, onboarding them for HR. And her husband got married, and he traveled because he was in the military. So she had to travel with him, and she had to basically leave her job and wasn't sure what to do next. And so she gave coaching a chance. And, you know, she's grown so much. She attributes that jump from corporate America to now she's a mom, just, you know, had her baby. Well, her baby's about a year old now, but she was able to use coaching to develop herself and then now pay it on to others. I mean, it's really, really cool just to see people from all different walks of life. It's some people that are going to come in, you know, and they don't have a college education, or they have been, but they've just been doing the hashtag mom life for so long that they kind of like have gotten out of the habit of growth. And some of you are coming out of school or have a master's degree, or I don't know what you call it in the UK, it's like a second level of college degree. And there's still always that room to really grow and grow and grow. And this is how it all works. This is how we create an income. We start working on ourselves. We go all out to become better people mentally, emotionally, relationally, physically. And we inspire a few people to start their own journey. So let's say we inspire 3 people to start their own journey. And then they inspire a few others. And then they inspire a few others. And it just passes on like this. Now you might be thinking, like looking at this, like, whoa, 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 whoa. This looks a little fishy. Is this one of those pyramid schemes? Well, this is what I would have to ask you. Do you mean like a school organization or a military, hospitals, corporations, Costa, Starbucks, where there's a CEO, someone that, you know, manages everything. And then under him, he's got a couple of supervisors or vice presidents. And then under them, there's some managers, sales managers, you know, everybody making a little bit less money, having a little bit less income. And then at the bottom, you've got all the employees making the least amount. There's the most of them, and they really have very little control. Is that the pyramid you're talking about? Because if so, then I would say, yeah, it's basically that, but you're the CEO, and so is everybody else. This model is way more empowering because everybody has the power to be their own CEO, and there are no supervisors, there are no managers, and there are no employees because everybody is their CEO. It's just CEO recruiting franchises that are other CEOs. And then the clients that you have that you coach. So you're both helping people create their own business franchises, their health and fitness business franchises. And then you're also helping your health and fitness clients. And what that looks like, what ratio that looks like to you, that's all up to you. So how do you make money? This is the American dollar sign. I should do the pound sign. How do you make pounds? There are a lot of ways in this model to make money as a coach. So we're going to go over just a few of the most basic because literally there's a lot. There's bonuses and things like that we're not going to cover. The very, very most basics are you make 25% commission on anything that you sell to a customer. So if somebody comes to you and they're like, I need to get fit, like I need to get healthy, I need to lose weight, I need to cast off this anxiety, then you ask them, like you learn more about them. Just like if you were a doctor or a nurse or a personal trainer, what really do you want? You know, what do you want to work on? Or do you like cardio? Do you like weights? Do you have any injuries? Are you willing to try this, not that? What are you eating? What does your nutrition look like? Where do you need help with portions? You find out what their needs are, and then you hook them up with our tools, because you can't go to their house every day and make them dinner and portion their food and create this superfood smoothie that's going to rock their world and help them reach their goals. You can't go over there and pop in, push play and like move their arms and make them work out. That's why we have the tools, so you can help more people. But you make 25% commission on anything that your clients buy. And here's the thing about building a business, about becoming profitable. You want your product to be a necessity, and two, or I said A and B, 1 and 2, highly consumable, something you need more of each month or on a very regular basis. So what can you think of that would meet that need? Necessity and consumable. Food. Yeah, food, right? We have to have it, and we always need more of it. So that's where Shakeology, and then the performance line, and then when Daily Sunshine is available to you on the UK, that's where this comes in. My kids yesterday, I owed them a treat. We went to the pool. The pool was closed. I felt really badly. So I said, okay, I'm going to go get you a treat. Now, if I had had Shakeology with me, or if I had had the Daily Sunshine with me, which I just ordered my Daily Sunshine, it's new, so it hasn't come in, I could have said, hey guys, I'm going to give you some of this Daily Sunshine. Like, let's go hang out at a park and eat this. But instead, I went and I bought them ice cream and spent all this money on really bad food that wasn't. So that's where, like, people always need it. So that was just like a treat for them, but people are always eating food. They always need this. And that always needing it, that's residual income. Remember how we talked about residual income is something where you make the sale once, you help somebody once, and then you continue to get paid for it. Shakeology, performance line, they're on auto ship. And so once somebody says they want to, be using Shakeology, they have a 30-day bag of it, or a 30-day supply of the performance line. And then the next month, 30 days later, it gets shipped again, and they get charged again. They can cancel at any time, but that's where residual income comes from. And this is how it looks. Month 1, let's say every month I help 3 new people, and they're using Shakeology and the fitness programs. Month 1, I've helped 3 people. Month 2, I help 3 people, but then there's residual income from the 3 people from before, assuming that they continue with Shakeology. So now there's six shipments of Shakeology that I'm getting commission off of. Month 3, now it's 3 plus 3 plus 3, there's 9. But only 3 are new customers. The last are just the retaining. So now you have to make sure you treat your clients right and you help them, and you want to create retention. But you can see that from just doing the same amount each month of new clientele, you can see how your residual income would grow and compound. Now, this is the second way, and this is the big way when we're talking about business and building a business. If you're coming at it from a business mindset to make income, is that you build a team of coaches. When you decide to build a team, you are actually doing 2 things. 1, you're giving someone the highest level of accountability with their health and fitness, and the ultimate experience of a life-giving community. You are creating holistic change. So you could have somebody and help them with their health and their fitness, and give them a community and call them a client or a challenger, as we sometimes do. But when they come into this business opportunity and they join you on your team that you create as a coach with you that does this as a partner, you are giving them everything that you would as a client, but now they are so much more invested in it, in their mind, that they are going to get so much better results in their health and in their life. It's holistic. Number 2, you're acquiring business assets. You're basically franchising your experience. So the last, I told you there's 4 different types of ways to make money. The last one is an investor. We talked about employee, self-employed, business owner, and now investor. An investor, they make money through residual and passive income, different types of risks. So like, somebody's, starting up a company and maybe they invest their money in a company and they get some back, and also building their assets. So that means basically acquiring different businesses. And as a coach that follows this model and you help other people start their health and fitness business by plugging into the systems and trainings we already lead as a team, you're building your assets. So remember, assets create money. When someone joins your team as a coach, they are producing income for you. It's like you have invested in a business. You invest in them, okay? This isn't like, oh, I'm just gonna take some of your money. You don't take any of their money. They make just as much money as you make. Like, it's not like you get a higher cut and then it trickles out and the people at the bottom make nothing. No, not at all. Everybody, you're just the one that sponsored the franchise. So you invest in them. You teach them how to be successful. But we do that as a team. We realized we don't want to do this alone. We train new coaches as a team. And as a result, you're compensated. And this is how any larger business works. Any larger business, this is how it works. They acquire assets and they franchise off, and they have people that train. It's just that Beachbody has made the structure and the training so easy. A good investment will yield 6 to 8% return if you're doing really, really well. So like if I invested in the stock market or really in any other risk or business type of business or money investment, I would be doing really well if it yielded 6 to 8% back, if I earned that back. So let's look at this. Let's say that your time is worth $20 an hour. Let's say 20 pounds an hour. And you spend 2 hours per coach to help them sign up. That's a total of 80 pounds invested into a new coach, to get a new coach. My coach, Lindsay, that I talked about, she has made me at least $1,000. And I think it's probably around 1,000 pounds with inflation, or like the not inflation, but the conversion. That's a 2,500% return on my investment. She invested, I invested 40 pounds of time worth into her, and I made back 1,000. That's a 2,500% return on investment. Remember how I mentioned that a 6 to 8% return was good? Did you see? I hope this is clicking. I hope this makes sense. I know sometimes I can really, like when I'm sharing this, I can share businessy and like money and numbers, but that's because I believe that if you come here because you have a passion to help people, that's never going to change. That's not something I can teach or inspire. That is something that you are in charge of. But I do think that not everybody understands the way businesses work, and opportunities, and what they're really looking at in any business. And they don't have experience to fall back on. They haven't gone through the school of hard knocks. So know that that's where I'm coming from. So here's another thing I want to show you. This is the life cycle of a business. So at startup, you're down here. Like, you're not going to be like, hey, I started my business. Everybody come to me. I'm going to be the best. No, you're going to have to like get people used to what you're talking about, and okay, what? And trusting you, being interested, creating curiosity. And this is going to start to grow. And people are going to be like, yeah, okay, tell me more about this. Tell me more about this. And it's going to grow, and it's going to grow, and it's going to grow. And there are some businesses that were not thought out very well, and they're going to die. Okay. But then the other ones are going to keep growing and keep growing and keep growing until they start to plateau. But then right there, this rebirth, that's like starting here, but it's at a higher level. So here's the thing. You as the UK, you're about to start right here. You may think, well, that's the lowest. This is the perfect time. The only place to go is up and up and up. This is like, I can't even tell you how amazing this is. I don't know if they say this in the UK, but there's a thing called insider trading, and it's illegal, but it's basically when there is inside knowledge of something really good or something really bad that's about to happen to a business on the stock market. And people find out this insider knowledge and they pull all their money out, or they invest it all in so that they can take advantage. And it's unfair because nobody else knows about it, only these insider people. Well, what we're dealing with is a little bit similar, because it's a huge opportunity where things are about to go up, 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 up. Some major, huge thing is going to happen, the UK launch. but it's not insider trading because it's public knowledge. It's been announced. It's just that a lot of people that have looked at the business opportunity that are coaches, they don't understand the investment cycle. So those of you in the UK, you're going to be down here at the bottom of the curve. So what's going to happen is you're going to have to like let people know about it. You're going to have to kind of be the trendsetters, the ones that are doing something new that people don't know about. And it's going to take a little while, you know, depending on who you talk to. If you go straight to other trendsetters, you may be like, I'm not a trendsetter. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that you talk to people that are, okay? And then you're going to have more people that are like, oh, the people that aren't the trendsetters that maybe like me that are like, oh, that I didn't know about that. I don't know about things from like right off the bat, like my sister, Gracie, she always knows what's next and coming. I kind of find it like before it gets really big. So that's going to be like where Canada is. So Canada was launched after the US. So the US has been around since 2007, and then Canada since I think 2012. Okay. So Canada is kind of still like in the middle. It's going up, up, up. The US has kind of plateaued just in this past year, not gone down, and not necessarily, it just hasn't gone an extreme angle up. But see, this is the beauty of this life cycle of a business, because if you have a business that's been proven, okay, for over 10 years, then this rebirth cycle, that just keeps happening. So what's going to happen is the rebirth of the US is going to coincide with the inception of the UK. And then what will happen is the UK, you'll ride this out for about 10 years, get to the very peak, and then somewhere, I don't know if it's going to be 3 years, 5 years, wherever, we're going to launch another company. Maybe it's going to be Spain. Maybe it's going to be Germany. And so we're going to keep going through this bell curve. This is a scientific life cycle of a business, this bell curve. And so this is where you want to be. We want to be here. You want to buy in when the stock is inexpensive, okay? You want to buy in at the beginning so that then it goes up. So this is a really, really, really exciting opportunity for you and for me. So where's the risk, guys? You tell me. This is all good, good, good. So I want to show you, again, when we're building a teams, how we have created a culture of integrity and success. Our entire goal is that we help you, as a team, we help you succeed. And this is how you build a significant income through teams. I'm going to try to go through this quickly. Some of these numbers are going to be like, what? So this is mine. And this, as a brand new coach, my first month, you can see it where it says retail commission. It says $82. And then even this fast start bonus, these were from commission. This was that 25% commission on basically signing up new people to join. These are each weeks, okay? This is income in a week. We get paid every Thursday. So I made $102, which would be similar to pounds, in a week. On month 2, in one of the weeks, you can see I made $64 and then $90. Those were all in commissions from products. But then there's this team bonus. We're looking at the team bonus and the matching bonus. That represents how well my team was doing. So I had a couple of coaches that were now doing this with me. Lindsay, my husband. And so those numbers, the 54 and the $2.80, that was basically passive income, okay? The commissions, I worked hard for those. The other, passive income. I trained my coaches and helped them and supported them. But that was work that they did. That was like a franchise fee. So let's go to month 5. So now I've got this 64, these 77, it's 110. These are all like commissions. But I just made $126 plus $6 from my team. That's pretty cool. That's building. And then 10 months in, I have made, you can see that I've got different commissions, but my team is now making me about over $500 a week. Plus, my husband's account was making $100 a week. So that's a $368 raise in 10 months. And that's just the beauty, is that I keep working hard, helping more clients with their health and fitness, while also helping people with their business. And because their businesses are being successful and they're helping more people, I get basically a franchise fee for it. And it's not a fee, like they're not paying me. Okay, Beachbody's taking the cut. That's the beauty of it. They're not paying me. Beachbody is taking it, the cut. And okay, so I have been a coach for almost 3 years, not quite, but almost. And this is where I am now. My income for the week can go up and down. Sometimes it's higher. It's been like $3,100 before. This past week, it was $1,900. So it's usually between like $1,800 and I guess $3,000. But now, because there's strategy in the business, I have 3 business centers. I know it's pretty confusing. One is my husband's. One is my second business center, because once you move up in your business and rank, you get to open another. But you can see from one paycheck, I made 1,000, a little over 1,000, one 645, one 231. But you can look from all of these that it's almost all from cycle bonuses. 162 from my team, 630 from my team, and then 800, and then about 1,000, because it's 828 plus 177 for my team. Look at how much I made this past week in retail commission. 50 here and like 50 here, and then like 30 here. So 130 out of this $1,931 paycheck, 130 were from retail. Do you see now, like, why I'm so passionate about this? Helping more people, doing everything you'd be doing if you were doing it on your own, but now you have a system with a business that passes it forward. And then here's Shay. Like I mentioned, she's my coach. So I just want to show you how we have like a pattern of this. And so Shay, my coach, she has been coaching for about 3 years. She was able to quit her full-time job. She's a mom now. She had a first 6 months were pretty slow. She's working in her car on her phone during lunch breaks and then on the weekends. You know, I've been building my business when I have 5 kids. When I started, I didn't mention it, I was breastfeeding 2 babies, 2 adopted babies. So, I mean, like, you can make it work. So she was making it work from her car. She built her business around lunch breaks. And so Shay's making about the same amount as I am. So this is something that's very unique to our business model. And if you've ever heard of any other multi-level marketing business structures, a lot of times you can't make more money or go up in rank or bonuses or anything like that. You can't go above the person that you join with, that you sponsored with. That's not how this is at all. Like, it doesn't matter. You can make whatever you want. You make your own raises. It doesn't matter when you sign up. That doesn't matter. You determine it. And I think that's pretty cool. So then here's Brittany. She's been in it for 4.5 years. She started as a full-time nurse. Her husband was deployed almost the full time. So she worked like 17, 18 hours a day. She's a new mom now. She has over 1,000 franchises, coaches in her downline. She makes about $11,000 a week and about $50,000 a quarter in bonuses. So you can add that up, $11,000 a week. So, you know, you can convert this to dollars. So my income for last year was $119,000. And so every year it just increases and it compounds. And that's the beautiful thing about this business. Now this next one's going to blow your mind away. So this is Lindsay. And Lindsay, she basically started, you know, the business has been around for 10 years. She started 7 years ago. So this would be closer to like you all that are going to start in the UK, because you're going to get to ride the whole tidal wave of the bell curve, just like Lindsay has. And so she started out as a broke bartender. She was a new mom. She had done one of the programs, P90X, and had amazing results. She started just helping people, like on YouTube and sharing her experience. People started coming to her. She was one of the top 10 coaches, and she makes $25,000 to $50,000 in a week, plus bonuses. Why? Because for 7 years, she just worked really hard. And at first, she made like, you know, $50 a week, but she just kept working hard. She kept helping more people, and she just let it compound. So that's the beautiful thing about this business. It's not get rich quick, but it's develop and grow. And the opportunity is so huge. It's so huge, and it's so far beyond anything that I can imagine as a mom of 5 being able to do, not because I question my ability, because I question my time and what I'm willing to sacrifice away from my family. Let's go over why you showed up today. If you are watching this and you showed up today, it's because you are a naturally caring individual that likes to help people. It gives you a sense of purpose. But you love the idea of helping people from home with a more flexible schedule. Or you're a creative professional, but you're tired. You just feel like you're giving and kind of like creating on demand. You love the idea of using your creative skills, but for a niche that's maybe not so creative, so it kind of gives you an edge. Or you're in the health and fitness industry, and you like the idea of maybe not exhausting yourself every second of the day, but continuing to help people and having a supplement or a way out. Or you've reached what most would call success in your business. So you're not looking for something new just because you feel like you haven't made it. It's because you have made it, and now you feel like you deserve that life that you've worked so hard for. So here's the question. How do you make all of this work? How do you make it work for you? You have several options. One is you take what we've talked about and you figure it out yourself. So you've learned a lot about income, a lot about being self-employed and employee, about assets and losses, residual income. So you could take that and you could figure it out yourself. Option 1.5, keep chewing on, keep thinking about it, but don't even try to change your situation. Don't even. You're going to be asked, I'm just telling you, you're going to be asked by coaches a lot. Because whatever it was about you that one of the coaches on our coaching collective recognized as being something that would make a really good coach and that would be successful, other people are going to see that in you too. And so if you keep saying no, if you say, no, I don't want to do this today, and the no, whatever, at some point, you're going to wake up and think, maybe I made a mistake. And you're either going to say, no, not again, but maybe I made a mistake. Or you're going to say, yeah, okay, I think I would be good at this. And then you're always going to regret the wasted years and the wasted months that you didn't just give it a try. Option 2, a business in a box. Imagine being handed a job opportunity with limitless financial and lifestyle possibilities. Imagine working at your own pace with no boss, but in place of a formal boss, having a business mentor and a team of business mentors to encourage and support you. There's a lot more to this. As a coaching collective, this is just a few of the teams that we make up. Now, I'm going to be honest. I asked all the teams in the coaching collective to write down their names, and I didn't finish this slide. So this is just a fraction. And some of the coaches are independent, and their name of their team and their business is their name. And others have a name like this. And remember, I'm not just blindly trusting. This isn't like, I'm not like working for Beachbody, okay? I'm not working for some other company and be like, I'm the person in charge of recruiting to this company because we want really amazing people. Nope. This is what I've seen in my life. I'm just sharing what has actually happened in my life and the lives of all my friends and all of my teammates that have followed the same method and system. The things we've talked about tonight, they're not just theory. I've lived each part of them, and from struggle, from failure, from success, I've learned the difference between working for stressed success and smart success. And I want the latter for you. I want you to thrive and not just survive and continue being stuck. Oh gosh, you all, I am not special. I came in knowing zero about network marketing. I had read probably 1.5 business development books, even though I had been a business-like woman, an entrepreneur for 10 years. And I hadn't consistently worked out in 10 years. You can see it. I found these like fun little posts. Here's me eating a milkshake with lots of cream on top. Here's me as a hot mess with my puffy hair, no makeup. In this picture, I had to go and set up the photo booth at an event. I was running so late, I'm not even wearing a bra in this picture. I'm just going to tell you, I'm wearing a big coat. I was such a hot mess, no makeup, glasses, and I had to wear a jacket. Oh my goodness. I was making a serious face on purpose though. Here's my daughter as an astronaut, but I'm just a normal person. My social media feed when I started, it was full of sarcasm, whining. Here's one. I'm wearing my least favorite present of Christmas, a brand new muffin top. I had lots of selfies of my kids, but not me, because I felt like I was a mess. I didn't want to be in the pictures. Do you want to learn how to create a life of financial freedom while helping others thrive through online fitness and health coaching? If so, I want to invite you to join the squad, to join our coaching collective as an online health and fitness coach. This business in a box model where we teach you how to use Beachbody products paired with your unique personality, your brand, your story, to create a successful business without the barriers and drawbacks of a traditional business ownership. You're going to receive one-on-one business mentorship with your coach throughout your entire coaching. So the coach that introduced you to this webinar, to this group, that will be your coach. That will be your point person that's going to guide you, okay? They're going to show you what the next step, but then we do this as a team. They may reach out to you in the form of phone calls or like video chats, messages, emails, whatever's best for both of you. Mentorship means encouragement, empowerment, as opposed to pressure and performance. Your coach will teach you exactly what they have done. Team support. Our team operates with the golden rule principle. Instead of trying to do it all ourselves, we freely share resources, and we also encourage and help mentor each other's new coaches. This model has helped us become one of the fastest growing teams in the company in a short time. Collectively, we are a two-time elite team. That's literally a title. We are a top 100 two-time elite team. This is a little snippet from Stephanie, one of our coaches. This business is revolved around community. Although you are your own CEO, you are part of a team that works to support and encourage every step of the way. Whether you desire accountability, words of wisdom, or even just a listening ear, your team is always ready to respond. That's what makes my job so amazing, knowing that there's a community who I can plug into, laugh, and cry with, preferably more of the latter. And overall, just know that everyone's desire is to see everyone succeed. We're made up of all different types of people. This is just like a tiny little portion of our team, but we've got people from corporate, creatives, healthcare, retail or childcare, teachers, parents, service and ministry, fitness and wellness, entrepreneurs. Honestly, this is an old slide. I don't have any men, but this is not, well, there's Quincy. This is not a women-only business. This is very much amazing for men. Our official training will start after the UK is launched. But once you have officially joined the team, that's when we'll give you your official training. But we're not going to wait till then because there's so much you can start doing now. We're going to utilize our collective team page for all committed US prospects. So if you're like, yes, I'm in, I want to do this, we're going to add you to this coaching page. You're going to see how we run community. You're going to get to know the team, ask questions, as well as share successes. If you have your own coach prospects, so people that want to join you, you want to start basically building a team and a business now, then you can put them in here, and we can start helping you train them. We're also going to use this page for your health and fitness journey. We're going to help you get kickstarted in that using some of the tools. What's ours is yours. We have our entire goal is to help you become even more successful than I was, than any of our other team was. That's our goal, is for you to be more successful. Remember, this is a franchise, so we want you to be really, really successful. You are a part of us. We want to fast track you to living the life you want, a life that prioritizes relationships and health. You have a full access to all of our challenge group templates, our free group templates. We're going to teach you how to start creating a community, a health and fitness community through free challenges, and give you those templates. And I'll even give you the slides that I'm using for this webinar if you wanted to do your own. You're also going to get access to our library of adjustable custom graphics. We have been building this online library for about 3 years. And so there's 3 years worth of graphics and templates that you can access and you can start using. Because we want you to be successful and we want you to get a head start now before we even launch. One of the biggest fears of a lot of people that are starting coaches is that they feel like they're not good at graphics or creating things or social media. That's not what it's all about. But we do recognize that as, you know, a fear. And so we want to help you with that. So this is like a customizable, you go in, you can click, drag, build off of what other people have done. On demand, you're going to have access to on demand. It's like Netflix for Beachbody workouts. You're going to be able to stream from any of your devices. Every single program that Beachbody has ever created, it's on here. All the meal plans too. You'll get our Power Hour pre-launch checklist. This is going to show you what you can do every day starting now, or you can wait till the launch. It's what's led myself and so many others on our team to success. Just, it's like basically do this and then do this. And then here's our bonus. So if you commit today to becoming part of our team, our coaching collective, so at the launch, when we launch in the UK, the date is October 19th. There's going to be a big event in London if you wanted to go on the 21st. But if you commit today to do that and you want to start training as part of our team, if you do that today before we end, you will gain access to all of our free group templates. They're all digital. Access to 30 days free of Audible subscription with 2 books if you've never had an Audible subscription before. And then also digital copies of 2 books, The Slight Edge and The Compound Effect. The total value of everything that I've said right before is, oops, I forgot the dollar sign again. I did convert this to pounds. It's 1,214 pounds. Our investment in you is 1,175 pounds. So the question is, are you ready to create a life of freedom while helping others grow and thrive? What's your investment? Your initial investment is as little as $0 and as much as 39 pounds and a big fat yes to coaching today. Three months. This is wrong, guys. I don't know how this got off. This is wrong. So 3 months plus 14 days, because there's 14 days free subscription to BOD, that's Beachbody On Demand, is the $39. That's where that came from, or the 39 pounds. So basically what you would be doing is committing to Beachbody On Demand so that you could go through some of our programs, the fitness programs and the nutrition programs, for 3 months, which will take you up to the launch, so that then you could be ready, you could be acclimated to what we do. Now, we don't receive anything from this because right now the US, Canada, and the UK, they're separate. So none of this is not trying to make money off of you. Nothing goes to us. This is just your option if you're really serious about this, is that I would suggest that you do 3 months of Beachbody On Demand and start going through the programs and using the nutrition. Shakeology won't be available to you until the launch, but you can use the rest. So it's time. This is time for you to thrive. If you are ready to commit to start training and being mentored and to become a coach within our coaching collective with the sponsor coach that invited you here, you can go ahead and go to lovelearnthrive.com/UK squad. And what it's going to do, there we go, lovelearnthrive.com/UK squad. And here's kind of the breakdown. So 3 months of one-on-one business mentorship with your sponsor coach, answering your questions, helping you out. That's worth the value of $200 or 200 pounds. You're not going to pay them anything, but that's the value. all the trainings we're going to be giving you. So all the leaders in our coaching collective are going to take turns training you all live, and that worth is 380 pounds. That Canva library of adjustable graphics, it's over 2 years. I valued it at 200 pounds. I think it's honestly a lot more. The challenge group templates and other templates, 300 pounds. The fast action bonus items that you'll receive if you go right now to lovelearnthrive.com/UK squad, valued at 95. And then the 3 months of Beachbody On Demand, $39. So that's where the total value came from. And again, where's the risk? You honestly don't have to get Beachbody On Demand, but if you don't, for those 3 months, for the 39 pounds, I just don't honestly think you're probably going to be very committed to this, because that's like a very simple thing. And that's what this is. That's what this is all about. This is what you're going to see when you go to lovelearnthrive.com/UK squad. You're just going to put in your name, your email, and then you're going to put the full name, so like first name, last name of the coach that invited you. Not myself, not anybody else, but the coach that invited you. And then you're going to go check your email, because a lot of times it's like a welcome email is probably going to go to the promotions folder. So give it about 4 hours. And if you don't see it in the, if it doesn't show up in your inbox, then check your promotions folder. But I'll be sending one out in the next couple hours. That's just going to give you kind of like your next step. You're going to then go, I'm going to give you a link to go to the Beachbody On Demand. It's going to say you get 14 days free. You're going to see this screen. You're going to click here for special offers. Then you're going to scroll down, and this is the option you're going to pick at the bottom. There's a couple other ones. You're going to pick the one where you get 14 days free, and then you're going to be billed in 14 days for 39 pounds, and that's going to cover 3 months. You're going to click try it for free. You're also, after you put in your email and name, you're going to be added to this other Facebook group, and this is our UK squad. So this is those of you that are like, yes, I'm doing this, and this is where we'll be conducting our trainings, and everybody will be logging in, logging their workouts, really building community. If we're going to do any live like sessions where we go and we do video chats, we'll be announcing those here. After you enroll as a coach, you and your coach will connect. Your coach will then introduce you to the team and get your fast action bonus together. They'll help you sign up for Beachbody On Demand if you want it, and make sure that you're in the UK squad group. You'll also get an immediate email, like I said, give me a couple hours, with all of these instructions. If you need help or have any questions, you can message your coach, or you can ask in the open house group. So I'm going to check real quick to see if there are any questions that popped up before I go. But I am super, super thankful for all of you that joined today. I see Sarah Lynn saying she's in. Caitlin says she's super excited. Okay, Sarah said they have a master's degree in the UK too. I wasn't sure. Oh, Beth said she's about to cry. So I was just looking at some. I can't see all of the comments right now, but let me know if any of you, if you're just hopping on, this has been live. So if you're just hopping on, once I get off, you can go back and you can watch from the beginning. I went over a lot, but I did want to be thorough. In this group, we're going to continue to share. Oh, thanks for the hearts and the laughing. Are you laughing at me? I am going to, oh, you know what? I can stop sharing. Okay, I'm looking at my phone. In this group, this UK, what do I call it? The open house group, we will be sharing some stories and testimonies of different coaches. I said that I would have Amanda share about her daughter and what the difference coaching has made. We'll have different types of people, men, creatives, teachers, nurses, moms, just all different types, share with you their stories. Also, any questions that you ever have, you can post in the group. And then that can be something that we, make a post about or we go live about. But this is where we want you to come if you're still on the fence to learn more. But if you're ready, really, there's really no risk. Go ahead and go to that lovelearnthrive.com/UK squad and just commit. Let's just do this. And then as you have other people that you know in the UK that you think would be good to do this, add them to this group. Point them to this webinar. I'm going to be doing more. We're going to have other coaches in the coaching collective doing more. But add them in here because then we'll do the work for you, okay? We'll lay down the foundation for you so you can be building your business and your team even before. And what we're going to be teaching you once you commit, I'm going to be teaching you, the coaches in the coaching collective are going to be teaching you their tips and tricks, like how to build a large social media following. Or maybe it's how to get out in the community and reach people. Maybe it's how to talk to people in person. Maybe it's how to build a Facebook group that's free, that starts to build trust and prospects. We're going to teach you all that. We're going to teach you how to start using Beachbody On Demand, which program to choose first to get people excited, and how to share it in a way that's never salesy, but that just creates curiosity and will have people coming to you. All of that we're going to share. And how cool is it that you could not only be one of the very first UK coaches ever that get started right away, but that we can teach you how to build a business before it even counts. You literally get a head start. I just think that's really cool. And I wish that I would have been all over that. So I am really thankful for all of you that joined. And if I don't see any other questions, then I'm going to go ahead and say, oh, okay, thanks. My husband, Sam, he said that I need to make this disclaimer. And that's that Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income from this Team Beachbody coach opportunity. Each coach's income depends on their own efforts, diligence, and skill. And you can Google the statement of independent coach earnings for that to see what it is. But it's pretty impressive, honestly. So basically that just means I'm not going to tell you hey, become a coach and you're going to make this amount of money. No, it's open to you. It's the same business opportunity for everybody. There's no caps or anything like that, but it does depend on how much you develop yourself, how hard you work, what skills you develop. And we're just really, really excited to meet you. Very, very, our team is kind of flipping out. We're so excited to expand to the UK and to get to meet all of you with your really cool accents. We really can't wait. So I'll go ahead and preemptively say welcome to the team. I hope that's the choice you made. But I hope you all have a great day, and I'm going to go ahead and hop off so I can get dinner ready for the family.